Let us begin this glorious occasion with devotional fervor by offering our prayers to Lord Ganesha so that our day's event be successful with the blessings of Lord Ganesha. Here I invite our devoted students on stage for a devotional performance. Performers, your devotion has really evoked Lord Ganesha, and once again, thank you for your wonderful performance. Now, I would like to call Mrs. Tanushri Banerjee, Assistant Professor, VSCMS, to come up on stage to introduce you all to our Honorable Chief Guest.
Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you present here. I, Tanushri Banerjee, Assistant Professor, VSCMS, is profusely elated to introduce our Chief Guest of the day. Mr. Praveen Kumar Dwivedi is a person of unmatched distinction who has made a lasting impact in the field of financial services. As the creator of Awoke India Group, he has spearheaded innovative projects that have greatly aided in the expansion of advancement of our community. He is acting as a catalyst for a good change. Mr. Praveen Kumar Dwivedi, President Awoke India Group, is a veteran banker, trainer, and mentor with experience of over 30 years in financial services. He has given his services across Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Lucknow, and Kanpur. He worked in MNC and private banks at senior levels, with his last role as Senior Vice President with HSBC Bank based out of Kolkata. Mr. Praveen has done PGDBM from R.C. Munch Institute of Management Studies, Mumbai, law graduate and postgraduate in economics. He holds a diploma in financial services and CAIIB from Indian Institute of Bankers. Besides other financial industry certifications, he is a CIEL certified retirement readiness expert of life member of All India Management Association AIMA Delhi since 1997 and is currently Senior Vice President Lucknow Management Association. He is council member and art member of NABARD of Farm Regional Committee and council member All India Management Association. He is a senior joint secretary, Indian Industries Association, Lucknow chapter, and chairman, expert committee, intellectual property rights to the national body. He also advises and mentors startups and promotes entrepreneurship. He is a venture partner with Venture Catalyst Private Limited, a leading integrated incubator in India engaged in nurturing innovative startups. Mr. Dwivedi's view on financial matters are regularly aired in All India Radio and Doordarshan. His venture, Avok India Group, a training consultancy and social enterprise, was set up in 2012. Avok India setup in 2012 has done over 1,077 plus training awareness sessions covering over 1 lakh participants across 200 districts in physical and online modes pan-India in various corporates, MSMEs, colleges, universities, government, non-government organizations. Awok India has covered schools like Army Public School, Delhi Public School, Cover Global, St. Joseph, St. Francis School, besides many other colleges and universities for financial literacy programs for faculty and students. Awok India has been hosting its flagship annual conference, Indian Financial Literacy Conclave, since 2018 at Lucknow. Avok India Foundation, a not-for-profit Section 8 company, is registered under 12A and 80D of Income Tax Act works for the education of the unprivileged through a school called Alak, which stands for Avok Learning and Knowledge Home. Besides, a skill center for women called Unnati. AIF is also the only SEBI-recognized investor association with a membership base of 500 plus in the state of Uttar Pradesh and is working towards financial literacy and inclusive prosperity through its SDG-focused initiatives. SDG, that is Sustainable Development Goals. And we did not find anyone better than you, sir, for today's event. So we once again welcome you, sir. And now I would request our respected director, ma'am, Dr. Gauri Singh Gaur, to welcome sir with a gift of life, a small sapling. Please put a huge round of applause for him. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Now, I would like to call our respected Director Ma'am, for whom I need not to say anything. The whole campus vibrates and echoes with her prominent presence. I request her to come up on stage to inspire us with her thoughts and throw some light on today's initiative. Please welcome her with a big round of applause, students.
Very good afternoon to all present here. A warm welcome to our guest today. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time. I am quite sure that valuable insights given by sir is going to help all of us understand what Viksit Bharat is. Our Honorable Prime Minister visioned India to be a developed nation by year 2047. This is Viksit Bharat. Viksit Bharat is nothing inclusive growth in each and every aspect where you can think of. In the year 2047, we'll be marking our 100 years of independence. And Honorable Prime Minister wants all of us to dream a country where you all can grow, you all can flourish. It is not only that we should dream about it, we have to create it. We have to put our efforts to get it done. Because only our Prime Minister cannot do it. We need the support of each one of us so that we can make ourselves proud that we are a part of a country which is developed in every way. The development is not only about that we can say हमारी GDP बढ़ गई है. It's not that. Development is all about providing opportunities to all the sectors of the country, to all the citizens of India, irrespective of their religion, irrespective of their caste, in fact, irrespective of the region they belong to. The region here is whether you are from urban area, whether you relate to rural area, you should be given equal rights and opportunities to grow. The opportunities to excel in life, the opportunities to get the best education, the opportunities to get the best health services, infrastructural services, and other services. These opportunities should be given to the women also. So today we talk about women empowerment, but in the year 2047, women in society will be getting equal rights as our men do get in our society. Apart from that, we should also focus on environment conservation. That no matter how developed we are, no matter how technological advancement have taken place, no matter how economical independent we are, but at the same time we should take care of our nature also, so that we can conserve it for our future generations. Apart from that, we should not forget that whatever we do, we should do it with ethics. Ethical practices should be there. We should strive for success, we should excel in life, but it should be in the interest of the society. Not only our individual interest should be taken up by us, but the whole society should get the benefit of it. So अभी तो सर आप लोगों को बहुत कुछ बताएंगे कि विकसित भारत क्या है. मैंने बहुत ही छोटे से समरी बता पाई हूँ, वो भी पूरी नहीं है क्योंकि विकसित भारत बहुत ब्रॉडर कंसेप्ट है. So I think we all will unite, and with our efforts we will make our India a dream India. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your enriching and enlightening words. I feel honored to call our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Praveen Kumar Dwivedi, sir, on stage to share his information on Empowerment Tomorrow, Nurturing Youth Leadership and Innovation. Welcome him with a big round of applause.
Respected Dr. Gauri Singhal, Director Ma'am of the college, to Ms. Banerjee, who gave such a elaborate introduction of mine. Thank you for doing that honor to me. I'm really obliged. And welcome to all the students, the youth who all are here. So, are you all awake? Can I take that as granted that all of you are awakened and you are in your full 100% of your attention? Is that, can I take it as yes? Yes. Okay, so I think I can see people sitting behind and listen what I'm saying. So can I take that as yes? Yes. Okay, people, all of you are with me. So thank you very much, first of all, for giving me this opportunity. I really feel honored to interact with the youth who is this, in fact, standing at the cusp of history. आप सब लोग जो आप यहाँ पर हैं, मैं जरूर कोशिश, कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जो कि, हालांकि मैं इंग्लिश में बोलूंगा, कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जो हिंदी में बेटर लगता है? कुछ लोग हैं? See, विकसित भारत की जो अवधारणा है, the concept of विकसित भारत, I would tell you, while I can be bilingual also, but it is very important to understand the essence of Viksit Bharat. What are we going to do? And I say कि आप उस देहरी पे खड़े हैं, आप सब लोग जो यहाँ पे हैं, जो युवा वर्ग है, उसको आप क्या महसूस कर सकते हैं? Can you really feel from your heart that what are you into? And that is what I think I really commend and would ask you to give a big round of applause to your college, to your institution. I think we need to clap for that, which has really taken this initiative and, done this development dialogue today. Because connecting the youth to the mission and the vision of the leader of the nation is something which is very, very important. All of you who are sitting here will be the driver of this growth, which will take us to the status of developed nation. And that is the responsibility which you are carrying on your shoulders. And what is required for that? How you will take us to that status of developed nation? I think that you have to connect to the goal which you have, which each one of you have. I just wanted to, in whatever 30 minutes of my address, I just wanted to talk. But sometimes I feel that today's generation is a generation of variety. If there's no variety, they will sleep very often. There's an attention span, as they say. The attention span has gone down drastically. It used to be some 17 seconds in 2008. The attention span has now become 8 seconds only. After 8 seconds, the person's attention goes away. Now the challenge for a speaker, how I'm not boring you with my address, is to keep you awake. While coincidentally, my organization is also Evoke India. तो Evoke India का मतलब ये होता है कि जागृत भारत. मतलब हम तो मान के चलते हैं कि आप जाग रहे हैं. लेकिन the challenge for me will be that how I keep you awake and how I connect to you. So please be ready for some questions also, and I will ask you to raise hands. If you don't raise hand, I will pick up somebody from the crowd and then I can ask you to answer, okay? So be ready for that. Are you ready? Because you will ask me some questions, I know. I'm sure you will have some questions, but I will also ask you questions. Because it is a dialogue. It is not a monologue. It is not a... So I will go by what I have been told by my teacher. Teacher has told it is a dialogue. It is not a monologue. So we will go. Are you okay for dialogue? Hardly anybody is saying yes. I think everybody is here to, just I think listen a monologue. Somebody speaks, you listen, you go home, you eat food, watch TV, look at WhatsApp, go to sleep. Now that is, something which you have to start thinking over it. When I'm saying this, I'm repeating this sentence that you are standing at the point of history where you are taking us to the developed nation in 2047. And as Director Madam was saying that it is not only about the GDP, it is about multiple other things. That how my youth is empowered, how the youth is empowered to take us towards that leadership where everyone who is sitting here is a leader, is leading a team, leading an organization, whether you are... So how many of you, I'll just ask this question, how many of you are wanting to do a job after your qualification? Raise your hands. कितने लोग job करना चाहते हैं? बहुत धीरे-धीरे हाथ उठ रहे हैं. अभी दुविधा में है बहुत लोग, इसका मतलब. The job I can see from here, I can see almost 60% or so. And how many of you want to do business? Yeah, so I am right, 40%, and some, maybe it is not 40, 60, it is, I would say, 40 and 20, and there is still some 40 are undecided yet. कितने लोग undecided हैं अभी? या दोनों करेंगे? Undecided काफी लोग हैं. The point I am trying to make here is that when you come to a session like this, you should have your objectives very clear. And not only this session, I think any session or any such talk or discussion you go, I think you should also have your objective. That is the very first and foremost thing. If you really want to take to the leadership, a leader will not sit quiet and listen. While listening is important, but a leader has to have his or her own thought. That what am I expecting from this? So I would now go to question number 1, which comes to you right now. Are you ready? So 3 people have to answer me. 1, 2, 3. One from this, one from this, one from that side. So they have to answer me, and I'll pick up. If you don't get up on your own, I'll pick up. Don't, so be ready for that. So you have to answer in short. What is your expectation from this session? So first from this row, anyone, and that shows who is a leader, who volunteers is a leader. So you want to check that. I'll count till 5 and then I'll pick up somebody. So please be ready. 1, 2. Anyone. So you can please just say what you're expecting. Yeah. The person in the corner. I don't know the name. So say your name and say what is your expectation. आप क्या चाहती हैं आज के सेशन से?
Hello, my name is Kaushik Singh. I am from BCA first semester. हम लोग कैसे अपने देश को आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं, हम लोग कैसे अपने देश को डेवलप कर सकते हैं.
Right. What is the name?
Kaushik Singh.
Kaushiki. So clap for Kaushiki. उन्होंने पूछा है कि कैसे हम contribute कर सकते हैं. Very good. Anybody from this last crowd in the middle row? So anyone, get up, please. We have less time. Time is the only thing which we have the most precious. Who will get up quickly? Or should I just pick up? How will you volunteer? देश के लिए कैसे आगे बढ़ोगे आप? 1, I will start with 3 के बाद मैं किसी को बोल दूंगा. 2, everybody is down with the head. So, okay. So the 4th person from the third row. Students की third row में 4th person. Yes. Tell me, आप क्या चाहते हो? What do you expect from this session? Mic ले लो. So Kaushiki ने बोला कि वो चाहती है कि how should I contribute? You should also tell. सर एक विजन मिलेगा यहाँ से बस आप. Okay, what's the name? लक्ष्य के लिए ताली बजाइए. इनका नाम तो लक्ष्य है और अच्छी बात है उन्होंने लक्ष्य की बात करी है. इनको एक लक्ष्य मिलना चाहिए. Last quickly, somebody बिना देर किए कोई वहां से उठ सकता है? Anyone quickly? किसी को दे दो माइक. Random, anybody.
Sir, how will AI affect the leadership in the future?
How will?
AI, artificial intelligence.
Okay. What's your name?
Aviral.
So Aviral की ताली बजाइए इनको. AI की chat में. So maybe you have some other questions later on. So ये तीनों लोगों ने मुझे लगता है important चीजें पूछी हैं. कौशिकी ने पूछा है कि how to get ourselves contribute towards this. So the theme for today, what I think has been decided is very clear, that I think these are the 2 qualities which will take us to the vision of Viksit Bharat. अभी 2 दिन पहले हम लोगों ने एक प्रोग्राम किया लखनऊ में, which was attended by people from Government of India, Chief Minister's economic advisor who had come there as a chief guest. उसमें भी विकसित भारत में जो सामाजिक संस्थाएं हैं उनका योगदान क्या रहेगा. How can social enterprises contribute towards Viksit Bharat? How we can empower them? That was the theme of that conclave. Now, when we are talking to you as youth, what is very important is that while I will, as I was saying, that attention span is low, so I will maybe after 5 minutes stop and then run a small presentation also. Because I was not very keen, but my team said, sir, we're talking to youth. If you speak a lot, they will, as it happens, they will actually switch off, So you should have something to have as a presentation also. So just to pick up on what Kaushiki, Lakshya and Abhiral have said, I would want you to understand what is required and how can, after you go from here, can you write down 5 things? How many of you write every day? Anybody who writes diary every day? कोई लिखता है डायरी? एक दो लोग यहाँ से उठे हुए हैं. I am not sure. चलो एक, okay, दो कोई और भी है? Right. So if you write your journey, and how many of you have written your 5-year plan? किसी ने लिखा है 5-year plan अपना? When we talk to entrepreneurs, we talk to startups, we make their business plan, So this is a very critical thing. Some of you are MBA students, some of you BCA, MCA. But unless you have written your own goal, your own vision, and that too for not 1 day, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, you have to have. You may be asked this question during the interview also. When you go for an interview, what is your 3-year plan? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? There's a book by Marshall Goldsmith. The book name is What's Got You Here Won't Get You There. Very simple book, but very nice book. ये किताब कहती है कि जिस तरह से चल के आप यहाँ तक आए हैं, उन्हीं गुणों के द्वारा आप आगे नहीं बढ़ पाएंगे. तो constant change जो है वो important है. How you are changing yourself and how you can see yourself in the mirror. And mirror में क्या दिखता है सिर्फ हमको? मिरर में तो केवल सिर्फ हमको अपनी ड्रेस, अपना हुलिया दिखता है. But what your diary tells you, when you write down what have you done today, what 5 good things have you done, what 5 things, like today if you are attending a session and you suppose you pick up 5 things from today which are not very noble and ideal lofty goals but which are implementable things. For example, यहाँ पे से मान लो एक कोई व्यक्ति डायरी लिखता है. Now if you read about successful people, read about Mr. Narayan Murthy, read about Mr. Azim Premji, and read their biographies, and you will find what are the qualities they have. One of the qualities they have is that they do write. Whether you write digital diary, you write physical diary, whatever it is, but you do write. How do you spend your day? Unless you are capturing your moments every day, you will not be able to see your progress. As an organization, मेरा काम है कि मैं अपने सारे जो टीम मेंबर्स हैं उनका वीकली, कॉलेज में भी होता है, चाहे वो टीचर्स का हो, किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की सफलता का मूल मंत्र ये है कि हम जो काम कर रहे हैं उसका कोई आउटकम आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है, और जो काम कर रहे हैं उस काम को कहीं हम डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में की रिजल्ट एरियाज होते हैं, की परफॉर्मेंस इंडिकेटर्स होते हैं जो लिखे जाते हैं, उनके अगेंस्ट उसका इवैल्यूएशन होता है मंथली. अब ये वर्ड सारे आप सीखोगे जब जाओगे, शायद पढ़ाया भी जा रहा हूँ एमबीए में आपको, लेकिन जब आप नहीं सीखोगे और अभी से नहीं कर रहे हो बहुत दिक्कत होगी आपको. तो वन ऑफ द थिंग व्हिच यू कैन डू इफ यू रियली वांट टू कंट्रीब्यूट, एज कौशिकी वाज आस्किंग कि कैसे मैं कंट्रीब्यूट करूं, नंबर 1 तो यही है कि पहले अपना, यू आर यूनिट ऑफ विकसित भारत, अपना गोल, अपना डेली का जो दिनचर्या है आपकी, व्हाट यू डू एवरी डे. इफ यू आर आस्क्ड बाय समबडी दैट हाउ यू स्पेंड योर 1 day, you should be proudly able to say that this is my typical 1 day, how I spend it, and you should take pride in that. Tomorrow will be like this, day after will be like this. 1 week, Sunday, if I spend 15 minutes and go back into my diary, I would be able to say that to my parents, to my teacher, that this is my improvement in 1 week. And that is how you will contribute to Viksit Bharat. Because what Viksit Bharat needs, there's an article in Economist which recently said the biggest challenge, I'm telling you, and it is a very, very harsh fact. This Economist में जो article निकला है, ये लेख में कहा गया है कि मिस्टर मोदी और ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर के लिए सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज जो है वो उत्तर भारत में है, और वो चैलेंज ये है कि स्किल डेवलपमेंट जो है, एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी जो है, वो उत्तर भारत में अपेक्षाकृत वेस्ट और साउथ की कम है. बिजनेस इंडस्ट्रीज को ये बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है, एंड इट इज, आई हैव नो प्रॉब्लम इन सेइंग दैट. मैंने चूंकि वेस्ट में भी काम किया है, ईस्ट में किया है, और साउथ में भी मैं रहा हूँ, बट मुझे कोई इसमें शर्म नहीं है, और मैं ऑनेस्टली बताऊं, आप सब जानते होंगे, मैं कानपुर का ही यहाँ से ही मैंने पढ़ाई करी अपनी, और उसके बाद मैं करीब 15-16 साल बाहर रहा, इवन अब्रॉड भी रहा, सिडनी में ऑन ए प्रोजेक्ट आई वाज देयर। बट जो चीज हमें अभी करनी है फॉर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू विकसित भारत, वो यही है कि हाउ आई कैन मेक माई सेल्फ सो शार्प, सो एफिशिएंट कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मुझे दौड़ के ले और मुझे छोड़े ना। Money, I must tell you, money is flowing like anything. Prosperity, inclusive prosperity, there is no dearth of opportunities. कोई कमी नहीं है अवसरों की। आज कोई यहाँ से अगर ये सारे लोग चाहें कि मुझे जॉब चाहिए, I can guarantee you, I can give you. Banks, I have worked with some banks are saying, प्रवीण मुझे 500 लोग चाहिए यूपी में हायर करने हैं। प्रॉब्लम है। I'm telling you honestly, this is a fact. So it is not only about your education, which is in the form of degree. It is more about how you are inculcating those habits which make you a person who stands apart. You know, very basic things which we have to inculcate. You may say that, how is it concerned with Viksit Bharat? It is concerned with Viksit Bharat. If Mr. Narayan Murthy says, I have been still working. Yesterday I was listening to this guy, Anant Ambani's interview. He was saying, in CNBC I was seeing that he works 14 to 16 hours still. He said, no, we all work 14 to 16 hours. Narayan Murthy at the age of 85 plus works 14, 16 hours. I enjoy. So what you are doing, are you enjoying working 16 hours? Or are you struggling, No. And then money is enormous money. Feel like you have enough of money and you will get money. There is various things which are there. So if you really want to lead, so first of the thing you want to contribute and you want to be a leader, you have to start this one thing. So which is about your daily journal, your daily diary. So that's one takeaway which you can take, and maybe I leave it to you, because anytime I go for a session or any such talk, I always feel that my time and your time is the most precious thing. Every minute, when I go to Bombay, every month I go twice to Bombay because I have an office there, I have my residence there. And I love that place because time is valued like anything, minute to minute. While you have a program minute to minute, we also do, but there they live that minute to minute, and that's where it gives you joy. If you're late by 1 minute, in every cabin it is written, this meeting room is fixed for Mr. So-and-so from 12:30 to 1 p.m. 1 p.m. the other person will come. He may be the junior most guy. Director is sitting inside, no problem. Director has to come out because my meeting is at 1 o'clock, I will come inside. And that is what is called respect for work, respect for time, and that is how we move towards efficiency level. Okay, so that's something which is very important. What we do at Evoke India, I'll just briefly tell you so that you can connect. आप जब कई लोग सोच रहे होंगे एंटरप्राइज के लिए सोचते होंगे, बिकॉज मुझे जब बुलाया गया क्राइस्ट यूनिवर्सिटी में फॉर डूइंग अ सेशन लाइक दिस, एंड देयर वर 1500 स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर बेंगलुरु, and this was a management fest, and I was surprised as how come they have called me the chief guest. There were only 2 people on the dais, vice chancellor, one guest of honor from WeWork, and I was there as a chief guest. And I was surprised that why they said we want to hear the story of employee to entrepreneur. It is not easy, let me tell you. It is not easy. It is why, because entrepreneur has to work 24/7. And being an employee also you can be like that. And that is how you become precious. And actually, उससे आपकी कैपेसिटी बिल्ड होती है, आप उससे अपने को डेवलप करते हैं. And that is what is required. That I can work for 16 hours, I can work for 14 hours, and I can be efficient also. So, at what Evoke India stands for, your anchor girl who was talking up just now, she said lighting the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. What we believe, Evoke stands for a wisdom, one knowledge enterprise. Every letter says A for A, wisdom, W, one knowledge enterprise. So we say we are enterprise, हम उद्यमी हैं, और हम नॉलेज और विजडम, दोनों में फर्क क्या होता है पता है? knowledge तो आपने ले ली, आपने डिग्री ले ली, but till the time you have not applied that knowledge, I think that knowledge remains like something which is very, very useless thing. Knowledge remains useless till the time, and that is when it's applied, and that is what brings difference to Mark Zuckerberg or Mr. Nadella. Most of the international jobs are today being led by our members, our people. Whether it is YouTube or it is XYZ, जितने भी companies हैं, उन सब के जो leaders, जो top most CEOs हैं, they are from India. But the biggest enterprises, are from US. People who have developed enterprises. So why it is different? Because they are thrown in the water early in the life. क्लास 8 के बाद उनको भेज दिया गया, जाओ बेटा KFC में जाके कमाई करो. Father may be very rich, but he will throw it. So go, learn the ropes. तो जितना जल्दी, मेरा एक एडवाइस है, पहला मैंने बोला जर्नल का, दूसरा एडवाइस है कि you all should try and start doing some amount of work. Get used to work as early as possible, because college की studies 5, 6, 7 hours जो भी होगी, but beyond that you should find something and don't always look for money. अरे ये क्या मेरा exploitation कर रहे हैं, मुझे तो कुछ पैसा भी नहीं मिल रहा है, 500 दे रहे हैं, 1000 दे रहे हैं, दे भी नहीं रहे हैं. If you are a smart cookie, you will always want such people who give me more work. Go to the best and don't pay me anything. Don't pay me. The day you learn the ropes, you become the star. And that is what I have seen some people like this. In my organization also, one girl came. I said, what do you want? How much you want? She said, no, sir, I don't want anything. Whatever you want to pay me. She was good. She was not bad. She came to me. And within 2 years, she rose very fast. I had to pay her 20%, 6 months में salary बढ़ा दी, फिर बढ़ा दी, 1 साल में बढ़ा दी, and then she jumped, went into a different organization. So, if you are smart, people are needing smart people who have the practical learning. Of course, this is important. Degree is important. I'm not saying it's not important, but very important. So, please, point number 2, I'm telling you, do that. I think get into the work as early as possible and face hardships. Do not run away from hardships. One guy recently joined my company. अभी इसने join किया. तो वो मतलब I don't generally take names, but he is now within 15 days थोड़ा उसको लगा रहे मुझे तो काम दे दिया गया, बताया नहीं, किसी ने mentor नहीं किया, किसी ने जितना early in life, if you get more hardships, more struggle, I think that is God's blessing coming to you. You all should, I think, thank God that God has given you those kind of challenges and difficulties early in life. Because later जब मिलेगा वो problem, then you will not be prepared for it. जो बच्चे शुरू में फेल हो जाते हैं, अब बोलेंगे फेल क्यों करा रहे हैं आप? नहीं, it is important. Parents should agree that my child getting failed is a normal thing. He knows how to accept failure. Getting 98% and then committing suicide at quota is not the answer. So the point number 2, I'm telling you, start getting failures early, getting your scolding early. If you go to the job also, it's important that you should actually get yourself as early as possible. You should get yourself into the job. Very important. Now what we do actually, so I'll see in case I have to run, which I will do that, but I feel that it is more important that I talk to all of you. So now I asked, I think 2 questions I asked, people answered. So can somebody else also answer questions? Should I ask something? How many of you feel, because there's a word called empowering tomorrow, nurturing youth. How many of you feel empowered, How many of you feel fearless? Tell me, fearless कितने लोग हैं? The biggest thing, Lord Krishna also says, the biggest virtue on this earth, which is unfortunately missing, हम सब में वो missing होता है, and the biggest virtue, सबसे बड़ा जो virtue है, वो पता है क्या है? गीता में लिखा हुआ है, वो लिखा है fearlessness. So can we have a video? I think first एक video है, let's see that video. I think first reading the presentation we can have it. So if you want to do anything which is courageous, I think our leadership today is courageous. हमारी leadership जो country की है courageous है ना? मानते हो नहीं मानते आप लोग? है कि नहीं? Courage. and you have to have courage. I was in Balrampur doing a session for girls. I must tell you, उस क्लास में 60 बच्चे थे, 5 लड़के थे और 55 करीब लड़कियां थी. उन लड़कियों में एक भी लड़की सर उठा के नहीं बात कर रही थी. ग्रेजुएट का कॉलेज था, डिग्री कॉलेज था, बीए का कॉलेज था. Why we don't feel empowered? Why don't we? I'm not saying disrespect your father, parents, but try with your knowledge, gain power. And which is why we say कि जब financial power आती है ना आपके अंदर, जब आपके अंदर फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी आती है, फाइनेंशियली स्ट्रांग होते हो, तो थोड़ा थोड़ा फियर भागता है. जब तक पैसे नहीं होते हैं, ये एक बहुत बड़ा कारण है हमारे इनसिक्योरिटी का, हमारे फियरफुलनेस का सबसे बड़ा कारण जो है. और हम लोग उसी चीज को मिशन लेके चलते हैं, which is financial literacy, financial awareness, financial empowerment. जब तक आपके पास पैसा आ जाएगा तो आप जोर से बोलने लगोगे. नहीं आएगा, डरोगे तो फिर आप पापा से लेना है पैसा, भाई पापा देंगे तो जितना भी हम जो भी कहेंगे करेंगे पापा. क्यों ऐसा ही होता है ना, होता है पापा जो भी कहेंगे हाँ ठीक है, वही होता है. आपको ये पैसा मिलना है, इतना पॉकेट मनी मिलनी है. So anyways, I think let's see this quickly a video. I think how much time do I have? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? I have? Okay. So is it go to the presentation and click on the Bharat, I think. Presentation में जाके वो उसका उसने हाइपरलिंक लगाया हुआ है, हाइपरलिंक होगा. Presentation में जाओ, अगर उसी से कर रहे हो आप पेन ड्राइव से, तो you will get that. Presentation में जाइए और भारत पे क्लिक करिए, जहाँ भारत लिखा है. भारत कहाँ? भारत स्क्रीन, फुल स्क्रीन करो, डू फुल स्क्रीन, एंड देन भारत पे क्लिक करिए. या इनलार्ज कर दो उसको, वॉल्यूम बढ़ा दो. वॉल्यूम है तो नहीं चलेगा तो छोड़ दीजिएगा, कोई इशू नहीं. I'll tell the story which will be good. So the story also works. If sound is the problem, then we can tell the story. So ये छोटा भालू है. Look at the bear and look at the lion. You know. So all of you are, I think, what do you relate to yourself? क्या हो आप लोग? Okay. So look at the. I was talking about, you know, one of the virtue of leadership. Leadership has to be strong. जिस घर में या जिस परिवार में, जिस संस्था में, जिस देश में लीडरशिप स्ट्रांग नहीं होती है, वहां पर you know there will always be difficulties. Now this guy is still chasing. He knows he cannot run so fast, but he still is doing it. Still वो देखता भी है पीछे ऊपर मुड़ करके, and he will, वो उसको काफी थका भी डालेगा लाइन को, and still and he is now, you know, what is he doing? I'll tell you later. I think अगर sound होता तो ठीक रहता, but anyways I can tell you that story. You can watch this and this is okay. Now he's not actually, look at this. He's now gone down. नीचे चला गया वो, उसके ऊपर वो. अच्छा नहीं, it's okay. I think नहीं, आप यहाँ से ला दो because it will take 3 minutes का वीडियो है. I think you can just run from here. यहाँ से लगा दिए अगर आती है आवाज. नहीं आती है कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Yeah, so आप वहीं पे कर दिए, ड्रैग कर दिए वहां तक, because so that time will be saved. Yeah. shouted so much. I think you can hold on this. Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you. We can stop it. I think we can take the presentation ahead. So you can clap for it, I think. There is something in message in it. I think all of you, when we watch something, we derive some message out of it. And the message is that very simple that, the fear is one thing which makes people accept things which are not even as per their understanding or their conviction. But what is important is that how you can still face the fear, come out of the fear, and move ahead with your objective, with your goal. So, if the vision of 2047 is Viksit Bharat, it's a very, very strong statement. It's actually nobody ever in our life has set such a vision of 25 years. आप लोगों के पास 5 साल का विजन नहीं होगा, कंपनीज के पास होता है विजन. अगर कोई कॉर्पोरेट होता है उसका विजन होता है 10 साल 20 साल 25 साल का, and that is important. So we will just run the presentation also quickly. I think I'll take 5 minutes to talk about the presentation. So I asked this question to you. So what do you expect? और 3 लोगों ने आंसर किया, कौशिकी, अविरल और लक्ष्य ने. Next. Now, as I ask that कि how many of you feel empowered? I think आप लोगों को empowering की जरूरत नहीं है. आपके अंदर ही empowered है. आप लोग सबके अंदर वो चीज है. Swami Vivekananda used to say one thing, that what today we are doing, we are capable of doing 1000 times of that thing. Our capacity minimum 1000 times उसका हम कर सकते हैं, but हमने वो कभी देखा नहीं करते हुए. आज अगर हमारे 4 लोग जा रहे हैं गगनयान में, तो आप सोचो वो फियरलेस हैं. आप लोग अगर किसी ने न्यूज देखा होगा, सुना होगा, तो हमारे अंदर वो कैपेसिटी है. नेक्स्ट. So we don't, I cannot empower you. You are already empowered. You are already awakened. But how to do that? How to wake up that inside of you? वो जरूरी है कि वो क्या qualities हैं. Next. By which you can, I think. So of course, one is that आप सब लोग यहाँ पे आए हैं. You are a very good listener. But the second thing which you have to write in your diary today, कि am I also a very good communicator? ये आपको अपनी डायरी में लिखना है और डेवलप करना है. अगर आपको लीडर बनना है तो आपको अपना जर्नल लिखना है. जब लिखता है कोई ना, देखिए मोदी जी ने लिखा ना, हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने ये जब लिख दिया तो चर्चा होने लगी उसकी. आज कंपनीज में क्या होता है, मैंने जब भी अपने बैंक में काम किया तो मैंने बोला अच्छा ये टारगेट करना है, बॉस ने वो टारगेट लिख दिया, सुबह शाम उसको सब टीम को बोला था, हो जाता है. So you have to write what you do not have. What you have is already there. So communication, are you a good communicator? You have to write that. Okay. And listening is very important for that. Listening में आप silent हो, तो listening को जब आप थोड़ा change कर दोगे words को, it becomes silent. But inside आपको ये चीजें listen करके लिखनी है कि how will I act upon this thing? How will I take action? Next. So I am not going into theoretical part. Next area. Now, कई बार हम लोग क्या करते सोचते हैं, जब कोई ग्रुप डिस्कशन में आता है ना, तो ग्रुप डिस्कशन वाला सोचता है अरे मैं चिल्लाऊंगा सबसे ज्यादा, सबसे मैं फिर एकदम. आप सोचते हो वो जो ग्रुप डिस्कशन दिख रहा है वो बड़ा खुश हो जाएगा, ये तो एकदम लीडर है यार, ये तो पूरा चिल्ला रहा है, चीख रहा है. बिल्कुल एक्चुअली वो बिल्कुल गलत होता है. So what do you do? Next. Actually you have to listen attentively, make your point, accept others' point, respect others' point. Next. How can you be a team leader? If you want to be a leader, leadership में important है कि हमें बहुत ज्यादा दूसरे की भी बात समझनी है. तो हम लर्निंग कर रहे हैं, हम एक्टिव लिसनिंग कर रहे हैं, तो दूसरे की बात भी सुनी है. That is very important. Next. Next. So I'm not here to give you a presentation on more, because we do lot of things. Our team does. We have about 60 plus trainers pan India. हम लोग भारत के सारे राज्यों में अपने ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स करते हैं. तो प्रेजेंटेशन तो एक बहुत सिंपल चीज है और हमारी टीम बहुत अच्छी बना सकती है. तो पर्पस ये है कि आप लोगों को कैसे उस मिशन से जोड़ा जाए जो आपके कॉलेज का और डायरेक्टर मैडम का एक बहुत नोबल ऑब्जेक्टिव है, उससे हम लोग जोड़ रहे हैं। नेक्स्ट दीजिए आगे, क्योंकि काफी लोगों को पीछे दिखाई भी नहीं देगा ये। अब नाउ वन थिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट व्हिच आई वांट यू टू अंडरस्टैंड इज दैट, एंड दिस इज आई थिंक एवरीथिंग, वो एक वर्ड आप जरूर नोट कर लीजिएगा आप लोग और उस पर थोड़ा विचार करिएगा। वो वर्ड बहुत सुनते हैं लोग और उसके बारे में हम सब लोग जानते भी हैं, लेकिन उसको हम लोग रियल लाइफ में उस वर्ड को लिव नहीं कर पाते हैं। दैट वर्ड इज वेरी सिंपली पुट एटीट्यूड, एंड एटीट्यूड इज एवरीथिंग। You know, there are a lot of such mottos and lot of quotations and everything on attitude, but attitude को हम जब रियल लाइफ में देखते हैं तब हम कैसे अपना एटीट्यूड, जैसे जितने लोग यहाँ बैठे हैं उनका एटीट्यूड क्या है? कैन आई राइट डाउन माई एटीट्यूड? एम आई पॉजिटिव? आफ्टर दिस प्रोग्राम विल आई डू 5 things which will make me change and contribute? Can I come back? Can I go back to Mr. Praveen Dwivedi after 3 months saying that उसने सुना था 5 चीजें मैंने 2 चीजें करी हैं? I don't know. That is attitude. अरे छोड़ो यार, बहुत से लेक्चर होते रहते हैं, क्या फर्क होता है, विकसित भारत है, चल ऐसा भी होता है। See, I'm not saying that anybody does, but point is that it is all a matter of attitude. Boss, team member, how good you are the team, it's all attitude. So how you are able to make yourself part of the team, that's very important. Next. So I think another very important word which you should write, I have given you some words. जर्नल, पहला वर्ड दिया आपको मैंने कि जर्नल आपको लिखना चाहिए। एक ये वर्ड और है रिस्क वाला वर्ड जो है, ये हम लोग चूंकि फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट हम लोग कराते हैं तो बहुत वर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट है। रिस्क जो है, जो नहीं ले सकता है, आई थिंक वो पर्सन, पहली बात तो वो फियरफुल है ही है। जैसे किसी ने हाथ नहीं उठाया कि हम फियरलेस हैं, फियरलेस कोई होता नहीं है, ठीक है। हर एक के अंदर एक इनसिक्योरिटी होती है, चाहे वो जॉब करने जाएगा तब इनसिक्योरिटी होगी, चाहे वो कोई बिजनेस सेटअप करने जाएगा तब इनसिक्योरिटी होगी। But you have to take risk. If you are not taking risk, then you will not be able to contribute. So be a risk taker, but understand how to manage the risk. So these are very, very deep topics, deep pointers which you have to actually work upon if you really want to contribute and you want to look at the contribution which you will make. Next. Yeah, so I think as Ma'am was rightly saying that, you know, we have to look at environment, climate, our own health. You know, I think if you do not have a good health or good your own self-care, if you don't take, I think how will you contribute? अगर आपने जॉब ज्वाइन किया और आप जॉब ज्वाइन करने में महीने भर में आप 10 दिन बीमार पड़ गए, and I'm sorry to say it is happening these days because of our lifestyle. हम रात में जगते हैं, पिज्जा खाते हैं, बर्गर खाते हैं, पास्ता खाते हैं, रोहित रात को 2 बजे खाते हैं, पढ़ाई कर रहे होते हैं, फिर बीमार पड़ जाते हैं, होली। तो you know it is important. You have to be fit. You have to be very fit to serve the society, to serve the organization, and to achieve your goals. Goals have to be written. Next. So this is how it starts. पहले बोलता है I won't do it, I can't do it, I want to do it. So this is a journey, but somehow next. I'll just I think move it back. So ये आपका आइसबर्ग है जो दिखता है ऊपर, जो आप दिख रहे हो यहाँ पे, उसके अंदर क्या क्या है वो दिखेगा आगे आपको। नेक्स्ट। सो ये नीचे होता है आइसबर्ग के, जो बिहेवियर दिखता है ऊपर, जब कहीं जाते हो तो खाली बिहेवियर दिख रहा होता है आपका, लेकिन उसके पीछे क्या क्या है जो आइसबर्ग में नीचे होता है, वो चीजें आपको इम्प्रूव करनी है अपनी, कि हाउ एम आई एबल टू कंट्रीब्यूट टुवर्ड्स द दिस थिंग। नेक्स्ट। सो एक वीडियो छोटा सा और है यहाँ पे which we can run so that थोड़ा सा आप जो ये स्क्रीन है इस पे, हाँ बीच में क्लिक करिएगा यहीं पर। This is the last I think couple of slides. थोड़ा इसको बढ़ा देना, बड़ा कर दीजिए, और I think maybe you can 5-10 seconds you can So short story, I think another 2 minutes of video, but it talks a lot about what is our थोड़ा इसको हम लोग बढ़ा भी सकते हैं वैसे, अगर आप वहां से बढ़ा दीजिए 5 सेकंड। Right, so this guy has now become a beggar हट्टा कट्टा जवान आदमी था, इसने अपने आप को बेटर बना लिया है। थोड़ा मान लीजिए और इसको आप थोड़ा सा मान लीजिए, दो तीन लोगों से तो भीख मांगेगा, भीख लोग नहीं देंगे। बस यहाँ से so whatever we have in terms of our strength or weaknesses, how we project ourselves, are we looking at sympathy of people and कि ठीक है मैंने नहीं कुछ मेहनत करी है मुझे। So here is the district collector, the DM of the place. Now he is a real handicapped person and who has come. So this is all about attitude. If you have a handicap, still you can make it in your life. It's up to you. And even if you are 100% okay, you can still get your handicap. I try to be, sir. So this is the only disability of a man is his attitude. So this is something important message. I think what I believe is that all of us have to, I think, for making the vision and the dream of Viksit Bharat realize what is very important. Next two slides and home so I will just now. Yeah, so just leave it. So now I'll just close in 1 minute time now. So if you have, of course, what I wanted to understand from you, that first of all, I think because you are here out of maybe 200 students or 500 students, some of you are here. So one thing is very clear that you really want to, you have that intention, और जिसको हिंदी में कहते हैं इच्छा शक्ति है अपने अंदर. Second is that whatever today you have learned, maybe 5 things or 1 thing or 2 things, so that is the knowledge which you have got. Now these are 2 things which are necessary, but third thing is most necessary, which is mostly missed out. जो हम लोग नहीं कर पाते हैं वो थर्ड चीज है. Anybody wants to say that? Guess करना. After your intention, second is your knowledge, and third is what you saying? Yeah, जोर से बोलो. मुस्कुरा नहीं भाई, बोल दो. हाँ. Application. Implementation. Yeah. What's your name? Dhruv. Dhruv के लिए ताली बजा दीजिए. So the point is that third point जो है, जब इन चीजों पे आप एक्शन लोगे यहाँ से जाने के बाद, and you come back on that, कोई और असेसमेंट करेगा वो तो करेगा ही करेगा. असेसमेंट आपका होगा, इवैल्यूएशन होगा, but if you do your own self assessment, organizations में, corporates में, I have worked for 23 years in corporate, mostly multinational companies. Always assessment होता ही है, but the word is called self assessment. It is never. So you have to assess yourself. How will you assess yourself? आपने कभी लिखा ही नहीं कि मैं क्या दिन में कर रहा हूँ, कहाँ जा रहा हूँ, कितना टाइम काम कर रहा हूँ, कितना. Self assessment is very important. And in that the action of the implementation, ध्रुव ने बोला, वो बहुत important है. आपने आज इंटेंशनली आप यहाँ आए, आपका टाइम लगा. नंबर 2, आपने नॉलेज ली थोड़ी बहुत. नंबर 3 काम जो है इम्प्लीमेंटेशन का है, वो अगर आप कर पाएंगे. अगली बार कोई अगर सवाल पूछता है कितने लोगों का गोल लिखा हुआ है, कितने लोग जर्नल लिखते हैं, तो कम से कम 10% लोग तो जरूर हाथ उठाएं कि हाँ, this was a change which I brought. As I said, it's every movement change which is happening in the world. अवरल ने पूछा कि AI का क्या रोल है. AI is changing everything. बहुत जॉब्स जाने वाले हैं. While people say कि ठीक है, मतलब जैसे कि जॉब बढ़ेंगे तो, but the point is that, but are you ready? Or you just listen about AI or you use ChatGPT and you are happy with that much? No. Are you building your capabilities? Are you coming out and telling me 5 things, sending me or somebody message कि ये मैंने सीखा, ये सीखा? Because world is changing. कानपुर में बैठ के आपको अगर लंदन की चीजें पता है या सिलिकॉन वैली में क्या हो रहा है, then you are I think connected to the world, because today it is very easy to connect. Information flow is too much. Everything you can get. You don't need to go to Harvard or Michigan or MIT or anywhere. You can get everything here. But up to yourself. Do you really want to do that? So that's important. So I will now, I think, stop myself. This is what I have to share with you. Anything which you people feel is in particular you want to listen from me. I think you can, although in Madam's address she has said a lot of things about ethics. I think last but not least, ethics is very important. You know how not to get into shortcuts. स्टूडेंट्स में या किसी भी रोल में आपको ये इंपॉर्टेंट है कि यू मस्ट हैव योर ethics in place. And for leadership, that's very, very important. You know, ethical standards, how you behave in the most transparent and ethical manner, that's very important. And I think this is something which all of us should practice. And this comes from our value system, which our family and our institution gives. And I'm sure all of you are doing that. You must prepare for that. You must collaborate with your peers, your team members, other colleges, coordinate, take the. So I've given you 5-7 words. So I will now open it for your questions, and then after that, maybe I can also ask some questions whether I have been able to communicate or convey something or not. So be ready for last round of questions from me also. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So over to all of you. Anybody wants has any questions? So.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Meg Agrawal. I am a BBA student of second sem. My question is that how can the society better recognize and contribute the young leaders and innovators?
Okay. Yeah. So महक ने पूछा है, क्या पूछा महक ने? कोई बताएगा तो हिंदी में? देखो कोई सवाल पूछता है दूसरे को सुनना भी चाहिए. मतलब ज्यादातर क्लास में ऐसे होता है, महक का मतलब महक पूछ रही मुझे क्या मतलब है? क्यों ऐसे ही होता है ना? Anyways, I'm just saying that it's important, you know, very important. इन्होंने पूछा है कि सोसाइटी कैसे कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकती है कि हम आपको मेरे पास भी एक क्वेश्चन दिए हुए हैं, कुछ क्वेश्चंस और भी थे मेरे पास. What I'm saying, सोसाइटी कैसे कंट्रीब्यूट करती है? That's one question, ना? You can come back again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
सोसाइटी में देखो, आप लोग जो लोग यहाँ पे हो, सोसाइटी का पार्ट हो. और सोसाइटी में कौन आता है? सबसे पहले आपकी फैमिली आती है. अगर फैमिली में ही, जैसे मैंने एग्जांपल दिया था बलरामपुर में जो लड़कियां वहां बैठी हुई थी, 55 लड़कियां, उनसे मैं कह करके थक गया, भाई एक तो सवाल पूछ लो. मैं उनके पास तक गया माइक लेके, बिकॉज़ इट वाज अ क्लासरूम, आई वाज टेकिंग सेशन, एंड नोबडी इवन आस्क्ड एनीथिंग, एंड दीस 5 बॉयज वर जंपिंग, यू नो, दे वर आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस, ये वो सब जवाब भी दे रहे थे. तो आई थिंक इट्स डिस्पैरिटी की बात है कि इक्वालिटी की बात की. सोसाइटी हैज टू अलाउ यू टू स्पीक अप. पहली बात तो ये है. हम लोग का जो ट्रेडिशनल सिस्टम है उसमें हमें अलाउ नहीं किया जाता है. इवन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जब आप जाओगे ना, कॉर्पोरेट्स में जाओगे, गूगल में वर्क करने जाओगे, एचयूएल में वर्क करने जाओगे, वहां पे वो यंग बच्चे रखते हैं. गूगल ये एचयूएल के जो सीईओ हैं, एक्चुअली अभी तो वो रिटायर हो गए, मतलब ही जस्ट संजीव मल्होत्रा, नॉट संजीव मल्होत्रा बट नॉट संजीव. So he's actually from Kanpur. I met him in IMA की कॉन्फ्रेंस में मिला था उनको, and he is a chartered accountant. तो HUL, हिंदुस्तान यूनिलीवर, they have hired people class 12th बच्चों को हायर किया हुआ है. And वो सुनते हैं, सीईओ सुनते हैं, उनसे बोलते हैं तुम बोलो. You know, जो बच्चे क्लास 7th 8th 9th 12th इन सब में हैं, उनके जो आइडियाज हैं, they are the ideas जो डिसरप्ट कर रहे हैं, जो करेंगे, जो देख पाते हैं चीजों को उस तरह से. वरना तो हम एक कंडीशन लाइफ जीते हैं ना, सुबह उठे, यहाँ गए, वहां पढ़ा, ये गए. नो, so society has to contribute in that way. Society has to allow you freedom, allow you, and you also equally, you have to ask for it also. You have to ask for it. That's, I think, one very important thing with society.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Anybody else has any question?
So myself Sanya Singh from BBA second year. So my question is, in what way an educational institution can promote entrepreneurial mindsets among students?
today is also some day. Anybody know international day होते हैं? आज कौन सा day है? Science Day. Yeah, Science Day. What's the name? Sanya. So Sanya Azim ने पूछा है कि how can institutions, colleges, that's the question. They can actually. So today is Science Day, and actually I had covered what science is all about research, and a lot of institutions are actually working on research all these days. So how the institutions can also break away from the traditional mode of learning. And I must actually acknowledge that this new education policy has done tremendous work. Now we are providing internships we have already done to 200 students, we have provided internships. We are giving them trainings, we are providing them exposure. So how it can happen early, even school level also. जैसे आप किसी बच्चे ने एग्रीकल्चर में एमएससी कर लिया, लेकिन जब उसको आप बाजरे का पेड़ दिखाओगे तो पता है क्या होता है, पता नहीं उसको बाजरा क्या है, मक्का क्या है, आप में से भी पूछा जाएगा तो शायद आप लोगों को बाजरे और मक्के के पेड़ में फर्क नहीं आएगा. किसी ने शायद बॉटनी पढ़ी ना पढ़ी हो, नहीं पढ़ी हो, नहीं पढ़ी. So what I'm saying is that educational institutions have to allow that practical exposure. For example, there was a girl who came for me for interview, BCom, MCom. मम्मी काम करती है यूको बैंक में. मैंने बोला तुम कभी बैंक गई हो? नहीं सर, मैं बैंक कभी नहीं गई. नहीं, मम्मी तो काम करती है यूको बैंक में, तुम कभी गई? नहीं सर, जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ी, मैं पढ़ाई में व्यस्त थी. एनीवेज, एमकॉम बीकॉम किया है. मैंने कहा तुमने, उसके पापा का कुछ ग्रोसरी का बिजनेस था, तुमने बीकॉम किया है, बैलेंस शीट पढ़ी होगी. हाँ पढ़ी है. कभी पापा की बैलेंस शीट देखी है? नहीं सर, नहीं देखी है. So what I'm saying is that the practical aspect of your education you have to apply. The responsibility lies with the institution and also with the individuals. आपकी भी ये जरूरत है कि आप भी उस बैरियर को ब्रेक करें कि खाली नंबर लाने के लिए. हमारे एक प्रोफेसर थे नरसिम्हा जी में, I used to say that Mr. Patnaukar, he is a wonderful professor. He used to say you all are मार्क्सवादी. हम मार्क्सवादी कहाँ सर, हम तो ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं मार्क्सवादी. नहीं आप सब मार्क्सवादी हो. मतलब क्या हुआ? कौन से मार्क्सवादी? कम्युनिस्ट वाले नहीं, जो मार्क्स के लिए मरते रहते हैं कितने मार्क्स आ जाए, वो मार्क्सवादी बोलते थे. तो हमें मार्क्सवादी नहीं बनना है. We have to go into practical learning. I have seen people who are very educated but practically कुछ नहीं आता. तो मेरा सिर्फ कहने का ये है कि वो ट्रेडिशनल मोल्ड हमें ब्रेक करना पड़ेगा and get into practical as much as possible. आप एमबीए कर रहे हो, आपके कॉलेज के बाहर 2 दुकानें हैं, कोई नहीं बोल रहा है सर्वे करो, कोई नहीं बोल रहा है कि आप जाके प्रोजेक्ट बनाओगे भी तो प्रोजेक्ट कहीं से कोई कर लेता है. हमने देखे हैं प्रोजेक्ट. I would not name the institution. Initially I was going for some evaluation of projects also in some colleges, and very reputed college, and I stopped going there. I said no, I will not look into these copy paste projects. Why it should happen like this? So you can go on your own. आप अपने कॉलेज के बाहर 10 दुकानों में जाइए, उनकी 10 की जरा आप देख लीजिए कैसे how are they managing business. You are a BBA student, you are an MBA student. Do it on your own. Who is telling you? Go and sell some organization, but you will feel ashamed. अरे क्या हो जाएंगे, वो भैया जी पकौड़ी बेच रहे हैं, चाय बना रहे हैं, उनसे क्या पूछेंगे, वो क्या जवाब देंगे. No, that's where it lies the crux. How you can apply your knowledge to that level. So that's the question. I think answer to that question.
Thank you, sir. It's really very helpful.
Thank you. Any other question here?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Mani Jaswal, a first-year student of BBA. My question is, what are the policies or initiatives which can be implemented to create a more inclusive environment for youth participation?
Right, as well.
Sir.
I have to remember a lot of names, so I'm just trying to starting from Kaushiki to Lakshya. So I try my jog my memory also. So what she's saying is policy and क्या change हो सकता है ना?
Yes, sir.
Correct. So what government is doing today. एक तो important चीज ये है कि आज सारी इकोसिस्टम बहुत सपोर्ट कर रहा है. क्योंकि हम लोग काम करते हैं स्टार्टअप्स के साथ भी, मेंटरिंग भी करते हैं, फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर के साथ काम करते हैं, और मैं देख रहा हूँ कि इतना ज्यादा अवेलेबिलिटी हो गई है रिसोर्सेज की और पॉलिसी गाइडलाइंस की कि मुझे लगता है एक्स्ट्रा हो गया है. तो समवेयर if you go for youth empowerment on government websites, government has multiple policy initiatives. Stand Up India, Startup India. There are a lot of things for women, for girls who are starting the enterprise. Funds are available, mentorship available, incubation is available. So बहुत कुछ है. तो I think policy level पे I would say there is enough and plenty. What is required is that जो हमारे जैसे होता है, जैसे हमने परसों एक प्रोग्राम किया, तो मुझे जो स्पीकर बॉम्बे से और दिल्ली से आए, उन्होंने बोला देखिए प्रवीण जी ऐसा है ना कि वो सब तो ठीक है, लेकिन आपको जो ऑडियंस है ना वो मिलनी चाहिए अच्छी, वरना सब बेकार है. और वो बहुत सही बात है. दिल्ली में हमारे हमारा इस साल का जो कॉन्क्लेव था वो इंडिया इंटरनेशनल सेंटर दिल्ली में था, और एक स्पीकर ने बोला, और वहाँ पे थोड़ा मतलब क्राउड कम था, 50-70 लोग रहे होंगे, जब दिल्ली में स्पीकर अच्छे मिल जाते हैं बट ऑडियंस नहीं मिलती है. सेम वे अबाउट पॉलिसीज आल्सो, गवर्नमेंट हैज गिवन लॉट ऑफ पॉलिसी फ्रेमवर्क, lot of things are there. Now it is up to you and to the people who want to contribute towards Viksit Bharat to take advantage of that. And there are platforms also. I am part of a committee of SEBI. You know, government क्या करती है कि पहले डिस्कशन करती है कमेटी में, फिर पॉलिसी गाइडलाइंस को पब्लिक में भेजती है कि आप देखो, आप बताओ कि आपके आइडियाज क्या हैं, सजेस्ट करो, फिर उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करती है. तो दिस हैज नेवर हैपेंड एक्चुअली. जैसे हमने पूछा आपसे बताइए कोई सवाल रहिए, आप लोग कम जवाब देंगे, बट यू मस्ट कंट्रीब्यूट, यू मस्ट बी पार्ट ऑफ द maybe that monthly चाय whatever that मन की बात आती है, कुछ भी है, मतलब you should be part of it. So policy framework and government initiatives are enough. I think that's my answer to that question.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you to all. I would like to thank you, sir. Your words of wisdom enthused our students and has given them a purpose to pursue their academic goal relentlessly. Coming to the end of the session, I would like to call
Ms. Ashi Pandey, Assistant Professor, Management Department, to extend a vote of thanks.
Reformed and rejuvenated selves are what we need to reform our nation. Good afternoon to all. I, Ashi Pandey, deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion, in which CMS Kanpur is nominated by AICTE to celebrate the Amrit Kaal Vimarsh Viksit Bharat 2047. Viksit Bharat 2047 is not just a vision, it's a commitment to good governance. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's event a resounding success. First and foremost, I want to convey my deepest appreciation to our special chief guest, Mr. Praveen Dwivedi, founder and president of Oak India Group, for attending the event and sparing his time for us. We are really grateful to you, sir, for your inspiring words of encouragement. And I also express my heartfelt thanks to our Honorable Director Ma'am, Dr. Gauri Singh Gaur, for her able stewardship, support, vision, commitment towards the compilation of this successful event. I extend media persons for dedication in this event success. Last but not the least, I thank all you in making this event an enormous success. In conclusion, Viksit Bharat 2047 represents a collective dream harmonious developed and legislative in reality, ensuring a brighter and a better future for generations to come. Finally, I conclude thank you note with few lines. Empowerment is not about giving people power, it's about making them aware the power they already possess. Once again, I thank you all for attention. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for attending today's seminar. I appreciate your contributions and hope that you found the event to be valuable learning experience. Your support means